Enchantess circle with you. And the cards are The Vampires by Lucy Cavendish and artwork by Jasmine Becket-Griffith. Bit of a mouthful, I can tell you. All right. Haven't used these in a while. Let's see what they have to say. First card off the rank is knowledge, study, learning, and education. So if you're looking that you need to do some sort of education, it doesn't have to be formal. It's like you want to learn something new. Sorry, reflection, trying to avoid that. So basically it's, you could just go on to some website or something or pick up a book. It doesn't have to be in school, like a tertiary education or something like that. It can be just talking to somebody and learning something that they know all about, that they're an expert in. So it could be by just trial and error, cooking something and having it burn on you. And it's like, yeah, well, go back and try again. Could be just that simple. All right. But whatever it is, you got to do it so that you can advance yourself, grow, learn. Oh, God. We've got 100 here. We're going to take these two, I think. Now, this one, she says ancient Egypt and magical inheritance. Ancient Egypt. Okay, so ancient Egypt. Now, all the information coming from all the documentaries and everything like that you've probably grown up with or heard about aren't necessarily true, because they do come from a religious background, or the archaeologists are from a religious background. So you may have to actually watch and pick out from what's truth and fact and what's religion from all of that. You'll probably find that you have an infinity with Egypt, whether it be like ornaments, the tombs, whatever it is. You've also got ancient ancestors, you've got ancient roots there. So you've probably been in past life, you've been Egyptian yourself. I know I myself that used to dance for the pharaohs, both as people, what they were, and the statues and all that sort of stuff, for belly dance. There's lots of different other aspects of Egypt that still come into play. I, for one, believe that there were certain aliens that made the pyramids, because us humans still can't copy that. How many thousands of years later, with how much technology? Get with the program. What they say, they used to, what we taught at school, they used to bring in the rocks on logs of trees and used to roll them. And it's like, really? There weren't that many trees around even in that time to roll these big friggin' stone blocks and all this sort of stuff. So just take it with a grain of salt. Learn the stuff that you need to know. Maybe you want to learn hieroglyphs or something like that. Maybe you want to learn the belly dancing. Maybe you want to learn something about them. The Book of the Dead, they had so many spells and incantations and different stuff like that. There's so many different things that you can learn it's saying to you, go back to the ancient ancestors to learn the information that you're looking for. Does that make sense? I think it does make sense. Oh, sorry. Wrong card. Okay, this one. Nightmare. Wasn't that 2020? The nightmare? No. For some of us, it's been really good because it's actually like the reset. So you can reset everything in your life. This shit wasn't working, that wasn't working. It's like, get rid of it, move on, recreate, in Access Consciousness, they have the, uncreate and destroy. And it's like, the POC pod. It's like, go on Dr. Dane's site and check it out, the Access Clearing Statement. As far as I know, I'm not allowed to say it on camera or something. But anyway, but what I'm feeling is like, this year, this 2020, it's like, someone's right, someone's wrong, all that sort of stuff going on, this aspect, that aspect, the complete opposites happening. You got people who are all for, the getting the world into a better place, and you got all those who want to keep it there and drag it down because change is so scary. And it's like, change doesn't have to be scary. Change can be fantastic. Can you imagine if you're still stuck in kindergarten? Like, come on, get with the program. You've got to evolve, change. And it can be fun. It can be exciting. This is the card, Nightmare. And maybe too, with the planetary alignment, you can be having different nightmares that have just come up. With these nightmares, you can sort of pick them apart, but in an aspect, I'm thinking too, you don't have to at the moment. It's like there's the deepest parts of your souls that your mind's just trying to understand different stuff. You're processing, basically. If you're getting psychic attack, where you're having sleep paralysis and all that sort of stuff, that is something that can be off the charts too. That is something different. I do recommend that there's different protection stuff that you can use. I think I made a video about it some time ago. The protection, the shields, the protection. A lot of people use white light, right? And to me, white light is like a moth. You know, you're going to attract moths because it's like you're the only street light in the whole of town. And it's like, or in the whole entire city. What are you going to attract? Seriously. Like, come on. So what I find personally that no one can see through is the grey fog. No one sees through grey fog. You try driving in grey fog. You try walking in grey fog. It's like nothing can get through. Nothing can be seen. And you've got time to get out of the way. If you hear something, something's coming. And it's always, you know, all those spooky movies, they're always got the fog, you know. You think of all your vampire movies and everything, you know, opening into the crypt and it's all the cemetery and all the fog. I know you understand because it's coming up to Halloween. All right, so the nightmare. So protect yourself. Shield yourself. Shields up, but barriers down. Does that make sense to you? So you've got the shields are up, so nothing can get through, so no shit can get through, but your barriers are down, so there's no fighting, but there's still the love that can come in. Because that's what you still want. And if you're living in a hellish nightmare at the moment, we've got the next full moon is in Taurus, depending who you follow. It's also in Aries, depending who you follow. And because it's the last one of, well, it's the Witch's New Year, Halloween. So to me, it's still the last one of the year because that's when my year changes personally. And I still got to go by the dates and everything like that. It's a case of, there could be a bit of a shit fight. So if you're going to be around family or friends or someone you know who's going to trigger you, don't go near them. Stay away from the situation if you have to. Make another time to catch up with people. Or if you're going to be in a venue that you are going to, you know, I say venue because certain places are open, some aren't, you know. Even if it's your home or someone else's home and all that sort of stuff, depending on the lockdown rules and all that shit going on. It's a case of step away from it if you can. Stay only half an hour, 20 minutes, you know, put in an appearance, say hello to everybody, keep it lovely and nice and piss off. And if it's going to be too much for you, too much of an anxiety, panic attack and all that sort of stuff, to me, it just feels like, don't do it. Don't put yourself through it. You don't need to. Wait until the energy has calmed down. Or if you really want to, and just go and just, you know, see how you go. See if you can cope. If you can cope quite well, do it. But I'm just saying that if you've got too much anxiety, that maybe turn it around a bit, however best you can. It suits you for your own self-care. It's not about the other people, and it's not about you being nasty or anything like that. It's self-care. When you've got to say no to protect yourself, that's what you got to do. Protect your energy. Upstart, rebellion, tumult, and revolution. And it's like, yeah. There's someone who wants to trigger you. They want to see you riled up and at your worst so that they can kick back and laugh. And that's all it's about. All right. Now, I do see that there's people who are going to be standing up against the government again. That has to happen. That has to keep happening. Because they're doing such dodgy, underhanded shit that's going on at the moment, the deals that they've been making to line their own freaking pockets. Not happy, Jan? It's disgusting. They should be ashamed of themselves. And more. Lucky that we don't live back in the Dark Ages, because they would have been strung up. Or what is it? Just have their head flopped off. She's saying that there's a time of change, and it does look like, the revolution. And when they say revolution, however that be in your world, in your country, it is what it is. There's going to be a lot of people rising up. There's still a lot of people who, this mask shit going on, and, having to do this and having to do all those rules that don't add up and don't make any sense, because it seems like the richer you are, the less you have to follow the rules. Yeah, it's like, because the disease knows the difference. What disease? Anyway, she's about rebellion. So if you're going to be part of it, be part of it. If not, don't. Simple. Have faith that things will turn out all right, that things are going to be okay. It's like this will go on for a little while longer, but next year is going to be different. I will do a video on next year, what I feel. When I say different, from some of you, it's going to be worse. For some of you, it's going to be better. No ifs or buts. It's like, you'll move to that place that you want. You'll have that dream job. You'll be able to do this, that, and the other things. Life will be a lot easier. It's like, because you will get rid of the crap. What this year was about was getting rid of the crap, whether it be emotional, mental, whether it was a relationship you were in that was absolutely bad for you, and this year's really brought that out into the fore, and so you've moved on, moved forward, or whether it's, you've really discovered that you don't like your job, so you've changed, or it's, whichever it is for you. Change of home, all that sort of stuff. Where were we going with that? Faith, trust, unwavering confidence. There you go. You'll get through it. It's like, however next year is going to be for you, because it's a 5, it adds up to a 5, just the year itself. And 5 is about freedom. But 5 is also, so that's, and they like overseas travel. Okay, they like expanding and going, oh, what's there, what's this, let's go have fun, let's go take some photos of this, that, and the other, and, I'm standing on top of the mountain, woo, that type of energy. So there's going to be a lot of that, but also 5s on the negative, they can be tyrants, in control, will beat you down in a way. It doesn't have to be physical, but it can be mentally and emotionally as well. So there's that aspect too. So if you look at that as a year, those who are in power, some people get a little taste of power and they become a control freak. And then you get the others who will go, okay, how best can we open the borders and give back our freedom and fight for that freedom? So there is that going on too, the fight for freedom. But also this is, have faith. It's going to change around. It's like, you may feel like it's not, and the governments will have you go and get really, really scared, because that's the only way they can control you. Same with a lot of, well, that's the best way to control people, isn't it? Having them scared. But you don't need to be. It's like, if you're in a personal situation where, you got someone who's threatening you and going to beat you and all that sort of stuff, get the hell out. There's that's completely different. Whereas this is, more psychological warfare, put it that way. All right, darlings, you'll get through it though. Trust, you have faith. It's like, keep in your own personal world, keep above all of that crap that's going on, because the more you keep above it, and when I say above it, it's like, it's there, but you don't have to concentrate on it. All right, stop concentrating on it. If you're looking at numbers and everything every day, see what's going on in the world, forget it. Go and put your head in a book for 2, 3 days, 4 days. Switch off media for 3, 4, 5 days, 6 weeks, whatever it takes, so that it's not controlling you, so that you've got the faith to move forward, to be more of who you are, and trust that this doesn't go on forever. It does change. All right, darlings, love you all. Enchantess Oracle. Ciao.